Hi, good day, Professor. My name is Egypt Parsons, and today I'm going to talk about the stages of adolescence and the crucial period in human development. I'll talk about the different theories and the roles impacted of the families and how do families play a major part on adolescents and how they develop and what they go through and the traumas that they face. I'll talk about the impact of loneliness and the influence of spirituality. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the introduction of adolescence. Adolescence is typically defined as the period between 12 to 18, which I think personally should be 21 because kids ain't fully developed at 18. We're still learning and trying to figure it out, and I think it should be 21, but it's 18. Though it might slightly depend on the culture or individual factors, the stage is marked significantly for physical, emotional, and social change. Understanding adolescence will help us as mental health professionals to provide better support and be able to better intervene and understand where they come from. Sometimes I think as adults, we forget that we was once adolescents and we were still trying to find our way in this world, and we don't give enough grace and companion and understand it. Developing the theory of adolescence. To understand adolescence better, we look at the two primary theories, which is Erickson's psychosocial development theory and Jean's cognitive development theory. Eric's theory of psychosocial development included 8 stages, with the 5th stage being identity role confusion, which occurs during adolescence. Eric believed that during this stage, adolescents face the crucial task of development and personal identity, which I believe is correct, because we're all at the age of 12 to 18, learning ourselves, learning what we like, what we dislike, and sometimes it plays on our personality and what we develop into believing what is real and what is not real. This explores different roles and beliefs. Ideas are formed that help us get a sense of who we are as ourselves. Successful solutions of this stage results in a strong sense of identity, which failures can lead to role confusion, uncertainty about one's place in society, and the process influenced by various factors, families, peers, unexpected people we meet along the way, which I believe is true. For me, for myself, growing up, I knew who I was. I know my mom told me I could do anything I put my mind to. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I knew who I was as a person, but when I got around my friends, I wanted to fit in with my friends. I was coming in late, skipping curfew, doing things I wasn't supposed to do, knowing that's not who I am or how my parents is raising me to be. So I do agree with that theory. On the other hand, Jean's cognitive development theory focuses on the stage of intellectual growth. During adolescence, individuals enter the formal operation stage, which is a final stage of cognitive development. Adolescents develop the ability to think abstractly and reason logically in hypothetical situations where I feel is we know what's right, but we do what's wrong. And we're supposed to know how to problem solve or consider multiple perspectives. And sometimes we choose the right ones and sometimes we choose the wrong ones. For example, adolescents might start questioning their religious belief, political views, or career aspirations as they explore different aspects of identity, then get more crucial about the world around them, which we just want to fit into society. I think it doesn't matter if you're an adolescent, adult, kids, we're learning, and we want to fit in to the people around us, the groups we have, the different groups in school. You got the cool group, the nerd group, the group that's in between, and we're just still trying to find ourselves, and that's what adolescents are doing. Slide floor. Applying theories to real life scenarios. Adolescents try to figure out who they are and where they fit in the world. For instance, they may experience with different roles, such as joining various social groups and career paths. For example, adolescents might participate in debates, engage in community service, or different hobbies, or to understand their interests or what they better value. For example, my teenage sister, for example. She knows my mom sent her to school to learn and do certain things that is expected of her. But sometimes she skips school, she cut classes because she's trying to fit in with a group of girls that really don't mean her no well, and she needs to be over here. But at this age, you can't really tell them what to do. You could tell them, but are they really listening? You have to give people a chance to grow and develop into who they want to be. I think that when it comes to family, they play a crucial role in who we are as young adults becoming adults. Adolescents sometimes seek independence but still need guidance and support from their parents. We're still learning, so we're at a learning stage. So sometimes we may stray off, but we still want to come back and get the support that we need. And we want our parents to be there to understand us and comfort us and be compassionate with us. But sometimes it doesn't play out that way. Sometimes you get tough love. Sometimes we're looking for effective communication and support in like your home environment, which is supposed to be your healthy place, like your safe place, like where you get the safe development. Parents who maintain open lines of communication, show interest in their children's lives, can help adolescents navigate challenges of developmental stages. Research has shown that development of adolescents who feel support by their families are more likely to have higher self-esteem and better emotional regulation. If you have a strict parent, it builds character, because when you go out into the world, you're not going to be soft or timid because you came from a strict household that they spoke up, they advocated. So your self-esteem is going to be higher, and you're going to better be able to socialize because you know how you want to communicate because you came from a family that talked things out. And sometimes there's a parenting style which is less effective, which is more rigid and less responsive, and it can lead to higher levels of anxiety or low self-esteem. If somebody's talking down to you, talking at you, I know for myself personally, when somebody talk at me, micromanage, or talk down to me, they get a worse response from me. I don't do what I'm supposed to. I'm more defiant. I don't try to reach my best level of who I am, because now I'm trying to fit how you're treating me. If you treat me well and you treat me like I'm an adult and I can do certain things and you believe in me and you pour into me, you're going to get better results. Sometimes what affects adolescents' behavior and how they act and how they respond is the crisis that they go through, such as parental divorce, death of a family member, or financial stability that they may not have. These crises can disrupt their emotional and psychological development, making them vulnerable to issues like depression or anxiety. Teens go through parenting divorce. Like, say for instance, you lose a family member or a parent, or somebody dies, or something traumatic happens to you, you're not going to perform your best. Because your self-esteem is going to be low, and you're always going to be worrying about the things that happen to you instead of being able to perform at your best, because something in your mind is telling you you're not worthy, or this happened to you, so you need to act like this, when in reality, you can't let the crisis or the trauma destroy you. You have to overcome it. Sometimes adolescents, it's hard for them to grasp that. So us as mental health professionals, we need to help them get through the problem, navigate through the trauma, understand what they went through, be able to talk about it, and then be able to learn from it so they could progress. Adolescents, it's important to have support groups, whether it's at a church or with a therapist. But I think open door communication is very important. I think it's important to have people that believe in you, people that encourage you, people that motivate you. Right now, I got 2 kids, and I'm always telling my daughter, you can do anything you put your mind to. You're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. Shorty, you pressure. I'm talking life into her every day. I may not say, oh, all the correct words, but she knows she's beautiful. She knows she's smart. She knows if you tell her she can't, we don't believe in you can't. It's not a can't. It's not in your diction, in your vocabulary. I want you to do your best. Show me, prove to me. Oh, I'm telling you, no, you can't do it. Do it. I want you to outshine yourself. Don't do it for outside recommendations or outside validation. Do it to prove it to yourself that you are capable. I feel like individual counseling can provide adolescents with a safe space to express their emotional and developmental strategies. I feel like support groups can offer better peer support and a sense of community, which is important to adolescents so they don't feel isolated or misunderstood. Sometimes adolescents can become or feel like loneliness, which happens often in adolescence, which results in self-isolation, bullying, or significant life changes. It leads to mental problems such as depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Adolescents may begin to feel like disconnected, like they don't fit in with their peers, they don't fit in at home. Everywhere they go, it's like they feel alone. Even though they may not be, they may feel that way, which leads to negative effects on their mental health and their well-being. And I think that as mental health professionals, we need to provide a safe space for them to express how they feel and find ways to help them with their social connections. It's important to encourage social connections through peer groups, extra activities, dance, volleyball, groups that have a lot of other adolescents so they could become a part of a community. Mental health professionals provide counseling and opportunities for adolescents to supportive relationships, such as joining a sports or a club or a hobby. Things that promote socialization skills. So they could be able to communicate, they could be able to function around others, they know who they are, develop confidence, so they could be proud of themselves, honestly. Also, during adolescence, individuals often try to find something to believe in, like a personal belief, values, which can significantly impact their developmental. Spiritually can lead to a sense of purpose, belonging, and coping mechanisms during the transitional period. Adolescents who encourage in spiritual practices may find comfort and guidance in belief. When it comes to spirituality, I think it's a positive effect on adolescents. Why? Because you have something to believe in, something that holds you to a standard, promoting mental health wellness, enhancing moral development, and providing support, which is all true. I know that when I'm in my Bible, I feel a sense of peace. I know that God got me. I know that he'll get me through it. He got me through it before. I think it's important for us to have some kind of higher communication, because without God, we won't get through half of the issues that we're facing. It can provide a framework for understanding and dealing with life challenges, promoting resilience and mental health. Let's talk about the case study. Considering a 15-year-old is facing parental divorce and struggling with identity issues. Applying Erickson and, oh my gosh, Gene's theory, we can understand their needs for a stable support system and opportunities to explore personal beliefs, including family therapy, participating in community activities to develop resilience and social connections. This holistic approach can help adolescents navigate their challenges more effectively. Teenagers may benefit from individual counseling, addressing feelings and abandonment about confusion. I think it's good to have one-to-one counseling, also group counseling. So one-to-one counseling can help you develop yourself, speak on things about you. And then the family counseling or group counseling can help you better navigate in a group setting amongst other people, so you don't lose yourself while trying to be a part of another group. So I think it helps in both ways. Like volunteering can offer additional support and sense of belonging.